Apple brought back the iPod sock. Let's check out the limited release iPhone Pocket. Real quick, if you want to keep up to date with all the latest Apple news and reviews, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Apple has always touted itself as being on the intersection of liberal arts and technology. It's why we see impressive technology, but also a focus on the human aspect and design. Apple dabbling in fashion isn't a new thing. Apple has long partnered with Hermes on the Apple Watch, and its work with unique fabrics and textiles has been ongoing. We've had the knit bands for the Vision Pro and the tech woven or fine woven for phone cases and other accessories. Even going back to, yes, the iPod sock. I loved the original iPod sock. It was stretchy, simple, and fun. It allowed you to express yourself, but also protected your iPod from getting those just persistent little scratches. Now it has come full circle as Apple partnered with Japanese design house Issey Miyake. This is the brand behind Steve Jobs' iconic turtleneck that he wore. The iPhone Pocket is a limited release, only available in a handful of stores, and online it sold out almost immediately. It comes in two versions, a short version as well as a long version, and can cost you over $200 to own. I tried to buy one because I legitimately wanted to try it out, yet no luck. Gone. Fortunately, AppleInsider editor William Gallagher was able to get his European paws on one for me. William grabbed us the short version, which personally I think is more useful. The long one can be worn crossbody, but the shorter one is more practical. It can be held by its strap or looped around the handle of a bag. That's where I think it would be most beneficial to me, adding a literal extra pocket to the outside of a bag, while also being like an eye-catching fashion accessory. The iPhone Pocket is made of a single piece of thread that is woven using a 3D construction. It can stretch to hold any iPhone with or without a case. You can peek into it and see the time or a call coming in without having to remove your iPhone completely. I think it would also be a great holder for the Vision Pro battery pack too. The fabric is very cool and feels very premium and elegant, or at least I've been told. There are lots of colors available, especially for the short version. William grabbed the sapphire blue, though I am partial to that vivid orange one. The other thing to note is that after some use, this does seem to get dusty easily. That 3D construction holds onto dust and isn't super easy to clean. There's obviously no end to the jokes and opinions from people online, but I think many just miss the point. This is a fashion item and not something that everyone is going to run out and buy instantly. Same way you may hate a pair of jeans or an Apple Watch band. Not to mention, Apple is a global brand. Many people in the US aren't using the crossbody straps for their phones, and yet they are incredibly popular in other countries. There's very small audience here in the US compared to everywhere else in the world. This may not be for you, but someone else probably loves it. I'm always for choice, and this is a neat play pushing into fashion, which is where I think is where tech is moving anyway. Whether it's iPhone cases or the Meta glasses, fashion and tech are colliding. And Apple is still starting to pull at that thread. While I didn't get an iPhone Pocket, I'm curious where Apple's passion fashion projects will wind up in the future. If you want to follow for more Apple news, go ahead and subscribe. Let me know what you think of the iPhone Pocket down below in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next video.